forward to Chad next week in his sweet new shirt.
All right, and a couple other shows that we'll talk this week. Flash, episode 19, Back to Normal. And Harrison Wells gets kidnapped, or Harry Wells from Earth 2 gets kidnapped by a guy named Griffin Grey, who, if you're a comic book reader, Griffin Grey is from the comics. They kind of just took him for his namesake and some of the abilities with the whole aging thing from the comics aspect of things. But I feel like they could have used him way later. I don't know why they kind of brought him in right here. In the comics, he's best friends with Bart Allen. Barry Allen is the grandfather of Bart Allen from the future and all that. But yeah, Griffin Grey, kind of cooler metahuman though for all the aging and superhuman stuff.
I didn't like him at first, but he grew on me as it went. Like I mean,
compared to the other metahumans that they have, like the one guy a week, like that was a little bit stronger.
Yeah, it was okay. They did the aging thing pretty well. I thought was kind of interesting. Like the makeup and stuff, I thought was really good.
I mean,
the character was just so weird.
Call this episode for what it is, dude. It was just a filler.
Well, there's some cool stuff, especially in Zoom's lair with Caitlin and Killer Frost.
Yeah, we didn't get into
I did think the kill on Frost was cool.
Like yeah, the kill on Frost was pretty
rad. How he came through her?
Yeah, I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah, that kill was pretty good. I thought the Wally West stuff was a little bit like
yeah, I'm over Wally.
Just him and his every conversation he has with his dad. I get it.
That you don't know it's Barry.
That was one thing, but I also didn't like. It's like Flash just lost his powers, and you know he doesn't have powers, yet you want to go meet with him.
Right.
It's like the Flash is probably really depressed and down right now.
He didn't know that the Flash lost his powers because once they did the exchange, Wally got out of there right away.
Yeah, but Wally said to Joey, he's like, he made a big sacrifice for me. I know he made this big sacrifice. That's why he wants to do it.
Yeah, but he didn't know what the sacrifice was.
Well, I'm assuming he had the gist. I felt like he knew. I feel like. Well, I guess they didn't specifically show, but it kind of felt like it.
The Flash.
All right.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I just don't really like Wally West that much. So.
Dude, what's his point on the show?
To become another speedster like Tristan Tate was.
Yeah, but it's just like this whole episode. Totally. I want to thank the Flash. I want to thank him, Dad. Come on, man. Like.
It would help if he was a better actor, maybe, but...
I think they're still waiting for a good
story. So hard on the beaver.
They're still waiting for a good story, and I think a good story will finally come to them, especially with Harry Wells' plan for next week, that they're going to duplicate the particle accelerator explosion, which is something... I think it's a really awesome thing because they're taking another comic book thing where the Flash has lost his powers before and he recreated the whole thing and that's how he gets it back. And gonna guess that might be how Wally West might get some powers if he's in the vicinity or something like that.
Dude, it just sounds like a fucking bad idea.
Terrible idea, knowing what happened the first time. You got like one superhero and you got like 1,000 bad guys. Like, do you really want to recreate that? It's like the worst idea ever. Like,
what else? Zoom is coming to Earth 1, so they have to do something.
Dude, I guess you got to play your odds, dude. But like, come on, man. I think they need to. That just sounds like a stupid idea.
But what if it doesn't go right and he turns into the turtle?
Yeah. What if his ability is different?
Like, what happens if you get hit with this stuff twice? Now, like, is Cisco going to have superpowers? Like,
they're not going to do, like, a big wave through the entire city. They're focusing on...
it's going to be a controlled explosion?
Yeah, like the lightning bolt coming down and giving Barry his power.
I was under the impression that the whole city was getting wiped again.
No.
Yeah, me too. That's how I solved it.
It's going to be a controlled reignition of the particle accelerator.
So only Barry's getting hit.
Hey.
Well, yeah, that's the plan. They're not going to let's blow the whole entire city.
That's how they made it sound.
Emo Foggy is hesitant.
I don't think they're going to do that.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Guess we'll find out.
I guess. What about Caitlin's secret brother that she didn't know she had from the other dimension? Is that going to show up in this dimension? I feel like that was something that was hinted at, and like they're going to be another metahuman, another shitty Caitlin angle. I feel like they're going with here.
So that's just on Earth 2, so I don't know. I don't know how much more of Earth we'll see for a while because Zoom's leaving Earth too. Because he's like, well, I conquered this Earth.
No, I mean on Earth 1, like she's gonna have a metahuman brother on Earth 1 that we haven't seen.
But I mean, on Earth 1 that she didn't have a brother, so.
But well, they kind of played it out, right? Like she was like, so why is your mom so angry all the time? Like maybe she had a brother and the brother got taken away or something.
That's possible.
It's gonna be another shitty. I'm just saying another shitty Caitlyn angle's coming. Prepare yourselves.
Possible.
I mean, like at what part of this show did it move the story arc forward any?
Yeah, I kind of I hear you on that one because even Wells like going to get his daughter was just all we got out of that is Wells' daughter is like a super scientist.
Daddy issues, and then Daddy gets like, hey, here's the thing. He has to do this big, complicated fucking thing to find her vibration, right? Old Barry fucking has her phone number. Hey, they can't just track her cell phone. Like, I'm no fucking hacker.
But he didn't call her. He was calling Iris when he was on the phone.
No, he said she needs to know, I thought.
They had her location because they knew where Harrison Wells was last, where they had the cellular dead zone. Then he's like, oh, I better call Iris. And then
Iris went and picked her up in the fucking VW bug and scooted her back.
Sure.
But once again,
he didn't have her phone
Iris? Do you work, Iris? Do you work?
The more concerning part is Wells' daughter's roommate allows Harrison Wells into the apartment, not knowing him, with a giant gun strapped on his back, and like he looks like a total serial killer.
Well, she thought it was a laser tag gun. So.
No.
That's
like it was said. So like that whole scene, I was like, why is she letting him in? Like it was no big deal. Like the whole thing was just really weird.
Bear basing his ass.
Yeah.
How many people walk around with a laser tag gun?
That was I'll find you.
Yeah, he comes up with this creeper line, and it's like nobody's like freaked out like what's going on right now. It was so.
Wherever you go, I'll find you. Oh, you must be her dad. You must be her runaway. That's the first fucking thing I'm thinking. Not some psychotic older ex fucking killer boyfriend, dude. Right now that I've seen his face, he's got to fucking murder me too.
Well,
the writing is so sketch on this show.
That was the first person to visit her, and it's an older guy, so I'm sure her roommate was like, maybe he's related to her. Like he knew to come there.
Yeah, totally, man. I can
yeah, like that's like the separation between like a show like this and like something like Game of Thrones, because that shitty. We would never have to have this conversation about like a well-written show because it was so fucking terrible. Like you can't like it was such a like it was just so bad writing. The writing was terrible. There's like no escaping this entire episode. The writing was kind of terrible.
Show, though. Like,
but that's not a good excuse.
Writers and CW shows are on an entirely different earth.
Do they have to be though?
You can't. Well, they are. Like, are CW writers winning Emmys left and right?
I don't know. Yeah, they
are writers winning huge awards.
But we're comparing. We have to compare apples to apples. Like there's both.
Go back and listen to this podcast and listen to you defending that it's CW versus HBO.
Yes.
Ugh.
What about
it's garbage? It's a garbage conversation. Like it's not. That's not fair. Like it's a television show.
The highest rated show on the CW, but
and this is the best they can give us.
Is the CW.
And that's the best scene we can get from this.
The CW isn't. We're actually going to have a show like Game of Thrones at one point. That's not going to happen.
But you can. We should expect better writing than this. This is like something like kindergartners would write. This is terrible, like terrible situation.
There are shows on basic TV that get
small. I don't know about terrible.
This one conversation was just total. Like it was just like, really, this is happening on a show.
Everybody shits the bed once in their life. It's all right.
I know, but the show does it consistently.
Can't you just enjoy what it is? It's a show about a comic book, The Flash. Like, why can't you just enjoy it instead of
don't pull the comic book bullshit out there.
Yeah.
To give it a fucking pass.
It's not nitpicking when when I'm saying like the entire episode, the writing is kind of bad.
It's nitpicking every show. It's nitpicking Jessica Jones for wearing the same outfit. It's nitpicking every single thing.
You have to, man.
Well, those are jokes. That's like jokes, right? Like we don't knock it for that. But this is just actual terrible writing. Like it's okay. Like to say a show has bad writing. That's not a nitpick.
Second scene. Like why were we even talking about that scene?
I also said like the Wally West and Joe interactions, like Iris's interactions. Like there's many times that it's just like it just takes me out of it because it's like This is so
The one part
terrible.
of it I did like was when Killer Frost told her to show her cans. Have you seen our body?
Dude,
That was pretty good too.
it made no fucking sense.
I might give it a 4 just on that one line.
Like that was pretty. It was
Wait,
funny,
did you just give
but it was
credit
just like
to the writers for writing that line?
yeah, like because it wasn't like Killer Frost was half naked either. I mean, she was covered up to her neck almost, and it's just like show your cans.
Oh my god.
Sure, why not?
Oh.
You know, I would have really liked to have seen more of like the turmoil of Barry dealing with not having his speed. You know, just getting his fucking ass kicked.
Well, they started the episode with that.
The first 5 minutes were really
they didn't
good.
show him like the turmoil. They just showed him dealing with like having to ride this fucking train, or not the train, but the bus.
But that was really cool. That first 5 minutes was the best part of the entire episode.
Yeah.
It was like high quality, and then it just.
I think they nailed it right there. They couldn't make the entire episode about that because there's.
That was like HBO level writing.
So
Jesse
Quick, dude. Is that a hint at another speedster?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
And is she officially like from the comics? So we already knew this, and I just didn't read the comics, so I
I
had
think
no fucking
Tristan's
idea.
mentioned this before, yeah.
We talked about her when she got casted. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was gonna happen. It's been so fucking long.
It's gonna happen eventually.
Is it gonna be from another Earth, or is it gonna be because of this whole situation that's
It's gonna be this particle explosion.
created? You know something's gonna happen.
We're
Someone's gonna trip
yeah,
over
we're
a
gonna
core,
get a
man.
bunch of new people. Like it's inevitable. We're gonna get new bad guys, new good guys. It's happening.
And that's awesome because the Flash should have a team of speedsters. That's what.
Wait. So then my other thing was like that guy got fucking old and then young again. Like, didn't he? Like after the end when
Yeah,
took
he
the
did turn
finals?
back to his youth. I thought that was because like he lost his power, or maybe or something. It was a weird turn. I don't know if it was because of.
That was
losing
really
your
weird.
power.
Like, what the fuck, dude? It's like circle of life.
Like the power just fizzled out of him.
Yeah, that was actually the first time I think that's happened with a character.
Benjamin Button, dude.
So then, does that mean like that Barry could ultimately, at some point in time, just run out of his speed force?
Only if he dies, I think.
Well, I mean, that old dude, like, all of a sudden he was like back to his old chipper 18-year-old self.
Oh,
Maybe it goes in cycles. Maybe he doesn't actually die. Maybe he just uses all of his energy and then he just reboots and he starts
Oh
over.
shit! As he's using his power, he turns older and older until it like resets, and then he's just like nothing for a while, and then
Then he gets it
I
back.
thought he pretty much died there.
that's what I thought too.
That's what it looked like. No, but he definitely turned into a kid, like back into his normal self, which I
Yeah.
thought was weird. So I don't know what the angle is with that, but it should be interesting.
All right. Well, what score is he gonna give this episode?
I'll give it a 3. It was just an episode. It didn't really push the story along at all. So and it did have the good ending where we were like, I want to watch the next episode, which they're good at. So I'll go 3.
I was gonna agree with you on that, dude. I'm gonna give it a 3 too, man. It didn't really blow my mind, but dude, it does. I like the killing of Killer Frost girl. I thought that was cool. Some good stuff in there, but dude, the thing that keeps getting me to Hook is the fucking Iron Mask, dude. I want to know who's inside the
Who
damn
is
Iron
he?
Mask.
Exactly right.
Little Barry.
Dude, it's Harry.
No, Barry.
Jake Garrick.
It's
Dude.
Barry. It's an older version of Barry.
I
There
mean,
is
honestly,
Barry
dude.
Nerd, though.
Who?
Wait, what was that? Maybe
There
it's.
already was a Barry Earth 2 though.
I know. Maybe it's like a Barry from Earth 3 that we don't know about.
Season 3, dude. You're gonna need something crazy.
They got to go somewhere.
Another Earth.
Me too, man. I'm going with 3 as well, dude. It just wasn't anything good. It wasn't bad. Just didn't move the story along. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
I just need Flash to have his powers back, dude, so I can get that zippity doo dah back.
I'm giving it a 3 as well. Some great parts of the episode, especially the beginning with him dealing with the loss of powers after showing him what life is like with powers.
Mm-hmm.
Little miss on Griffin Grey. I felt like they forced that one a little too much. I like how they used him in the episode, but using Griffin Grey there, that's a pretty prominent guy in the comic books that they could have used elsewhere, especially if they bring in Bart Allen at some point. Who knows?
He's coming back.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen with Zoom and another reignitement of the whole experiment that gives Flash his powers. See how that goes. Excited for next week.
Should be interesting.